Get going. Here we go like this. All right, all right. Everybody on this side of the room, how's everybody doing? All right, we'll go back over here. Everybody on this side of the room, how are we doing this evening? And finally, my middle crew right here. Everybody in the house, how are we doing this evening? All right. Are ready for some tribal vision dance. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, mesdames and messieurs. Bonsoir. My name is Adrian Hartro. I'm from the Kickapoo and Seminole Nations of Oklahoma, and this evening I will be your guide on this journey with tribal vision dance through Native American and Aboriginal song, dance, and culture. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, before we end this program, I'm going to be hitting you guys with the 3 most commonly known stereotypes associated with Native and Aboriginal people, just so you know. And on a final note, I have 2 world-class champion dancers backstage with me this evening. They are here to dance for your pleasure, so you guys are going to be seeing some of the finest dancing that Turtle Island has to offer. Are you ready? All right, let's get right into it. We are going to take a trip back to the early 1900s, and we're going to talk about our men's traditional dance and the Buffalo Bills Wild West Show. How many people have ever heard of this show before? Thank you. 4 people. All right. This show originated down there in Oklahoma, and what they were doing was taking Native American and Aboriginal people off of the reservations and reserves, putting them in this cowboy and Indian themed show, and they were traveling around doing this, sharing the culture. The popular dance at the time was known as the war dance. The war dance, though, was not maybe as attractive or as eye-catchy as our non-Native brothers and sisters would have liked to see. And there was one simple problem. There were so many dancers and only a handful of jobs in that Buffalo Bills Wild West show. So here's what they did. You guys take a look up at my footage. This gentleman is a men's traditional, what we call a war dancer. Notice he has that feather bustle right on his back right there. That symbolized his status as the head warrior of his village, very much how a king symbolizes his status with that crown. Now, these guys all were bound for only a handful of jobs in that Buffalo Bills Wild West show, so here's what they did. They started to ante up. They started to up the ante there on each other. One guy started adding a bustle on his shoulders. They started adding streamers. They started adding all sorts of things to their outfits to make themselves stand out over the other dancers. So here's what I want you to do. Please help me welcome the evolution of this dance. This is our men's fancy dance. Please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Derek Martin. Derek Martin, this is Derek Martin from the Mohawk Nation of the Six Nations Reserve. Derek is Turtle Clan. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
May you please say that in Mohawk, please.
Sago.
Everybody, Sago.
Sago.
Very nice. Now, notice that he's got all, can you turn around there real quick for me, Derek? Notice he's got the feather bustles here. This top one does not mean anything, just an extension of the bottom one. He also has these streamers. In the old days, this simply would have been horsehair and added to the illusion of when the dancer was spinning. You guys will notice Derek's not using horsehair nowadays. He's chosen to go with something just a little bit more exotic. Derek has chosen unicorn hair for his outfit. Turn around there, Derek. Notice he's got the really shiny beadwork. He's got neon fringe, big arm bustles, and a great smile. Now here's what we're going to do. Since this is in the spirit of competition, I would like to have and invite all of our spectators here to challenge Mr. Martin. Here's how it works. I'm going to start the song off. I'm going to sing him a medium slow song. As I'm doing this, halfway through the song, I'm going to say, in my best MC voice, I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. And when I do that, I want you guys to clap along with the beat, hoop, holler, stomp on your seats, whatever it is that you guys got to do, make some noise, because the louder you guys get, the faster that I drum. The faster that I drum, the faster Mr. Martin has to dance, and the faster Mr. Martin has to dance, the more exciting it is for everybody. Are you with me? Yeah. They're with me? All right, let's start Mr. Martin off with a big, warm round of applause. Here we go with our big dancing band. Hey! very much. I taught him everything he knows. Now, normally what comes next in our show is our women's version of the fancy shawl. Now, there are women were not necessarily allowed to step into the dance arena until about the mid-1950s, but as they did this, they took their shawls, placed them over their shoulders to show respect for that very sacred dance circle, and thus our women's fancy dance was born. Now, through the rest of the show, we also attack stereotypes. One of the main ones we always get into is the classic thump, 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 thump. There's that really, really crazy drum beat you guys have heard, probably all know and love. It goes thump, 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 thump. There's even a dance that goes along with it. And that particular drum beat right there, what it is when we play our drums, it represents the heartbeat of our nation. We always consider ourselves the caretakers of Mother Earth. Therefore, when we play our drum, it is considered the heartbeat of our nation as a people. So we never play the drum in that thump thump, and we do not dance like this either, as you saw by the excellent display of Derek Martin. Sir Ada, may I have it all the way to the hoop dance, please? Thank you very, very much. We are going to skip ahead to the most exciting dance that we have throughout the show. We're attacking different stereotypes. We also bring in the Iroquois cultures and the social dances. We take a trip up to the home of the Ojibwe people, and we check out the Whitefish Bay people there where they introduced us to the jingle dress. We also have a display in the portion of the program where we display the three most commonly known or commonly used instruments around the world. Every culture has a shaker rattle. They have a drum, and they have some sort of a woodwind instrument such as a flute. These are displayed throughout the show there. But what we are going to close with tonight is quite simply the hoop dance. How many people have seen the hoop dance before? Quite a few. Okay, 11 people on that one. All right. So I'm going to invite out a very, very talented hoop dancer. Please give her a warm round of applause. This is not only Martin. This is not only Martin, this is Derek's lovely wife. She is also from the Mohawk Nation of the Six Nations Reserve. Naomi is Bear Clan. Now here's what we're going to do. The hoop dance basically comes from the Taos Pueblo people in its original form. It was a healing dance, but now it's got shared with many of the 500 different nations, or Aboriginal First Nations as we call them, that inhabit Turtle Island, aka North America. And many different reasons and meanings have been put behind this. We are going to share one with you as soon as the dance is done. Here's what I want you to do. Very similar to when you look up at the stars tonight, what do you see? Stars, right? Thank you, front row. Not a trick question. Eventually those stars will look like, if you look at them long enough, the mind's eye will start to make pictures. Those pictures are called constellations. There we go. Front row, we're kicking in here. All right. So here's what you guys are going to do. Pay close attention to the shapes and figures Naomi show you. When she shows you these, I want you to try to figure them out, because this dance basically represents life existing in a continuous cycle. The Bible puts it really well when they say ashes to ashes, dust to dust, from where you began you shall return. Almost everything in nature is that of a circle at some point. The sun, the moon, the stars, even wind in its most powerful form is that of a giant circle. We call those tornadoes. So here's what you do. Pay close attention. Pay really close attention. When you figure them out, say them out really loud. Say these shapes. For instance, if you were to see an alligator, I want you to say alligator. If you were to see a bird, I want you to say bird. If you were to see an eagle, I want you to say eagle. And finally, you just might see a cowboy. When you see that, I want you to say cowboy. Where's my front row at? What do cowboys say, front row? Yeehaw! So what are we going to say all together? Yeehaw! All right, let's get into it. Ada, can you take that back from me? Well, just that once as we get on the hoop dance. Ladies and gentlemen, one final note. If you have any problems whatsoever figuring these designs out, no worries, we've taken care of you. All you have to do is glance up at my multimedia screen. Every time Naomi shows you a picture, a shape, or symbol, that symbol's going to flash up on the multimedia screen. So no worries. Are you ready? Yeah! Let's get right into it. Press play on that 8, and here we go with our hoop dance. Good job. Hey, Thank you very, very much. Now, before we close it out real quick, I did want to share with you what this dance represents. Can anybody take a wild guess? Anybody, anybody, anybody? Shout it out. No. It begins with the letter U. Five letters. U-N-I-T. Yes, my front row holding it down. Imagine for just a moment that each and every who represents possibly a different person in class. It could represent a different nationality. It could represent a different person or a different country in the world, all coming together to form unity. But unity takes everybody. You cannot exclude one person from your unity and expect to be united, because as this dance simply demonstrates, even if you withdraw one single entity from the unity you created, you can see that everything falls apart and you have nothing. Did you all get that lesson this evening? Alrighty. We'd like to thank you guys for having us here. Thank you to Prologue for the Arts for inviting us this evening on behalf of Derek, not only myself. Thank you very much. We are Tribal Vision.